Welcome to a look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Thursday the 6th of February and we have some new mods. We have 3 map updates today. Welcome to Charwell by Lancy Boy has had an update. Dreistenhof by Richie F has had an update, and Holmacra 2020 by Pixel Farm North Modding Company have all had updates. So yeah, have a look in the Modhub or on the Farming Simulator website at the change logs on those 3. A few changes on those maps. As far as mods available today, apologies for not doing a mod review yesterday. I've had a lot going on and I ran out of time, just didn't get enough time to do it. But today we have got the Pottinger Jumbo Combi line by Melodeon 98. There are 4 different variants within this pack, I guess. It's a pack. Each one of those is 8 slots for the first one you buy. I love the detailing on this. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, we've got 2 to 3 double axles. The third one can be a double axle or a triple, and then we've got a triple axle, all various different sizes. The basic setup of each one is exactly the same for all intents and purposes, just different sizes. Really nicely detailed, quality looking mods. These you will find under loading wagons. A few things to show you on how they operate and how they move as well. But if we have a look under loading wagons, we've got the 6010, the 6610, the 7210 and the 110, I suppose is the best way to put it. Starting 85 grand, 95 grand, 105 and 125,000. Capacity is 33,800, 37,300, 40,800 and 47,300 litres. Options available on all of them. We can have Trelleborg or Michelin, which changes the tyre slightly. The Michelins are a little bit wider than the Trelleborgs, but there are no other options available on the tyre choices on each of those. But like I said, as we go up, the 7210 here does have the option to change tyres, but it also says standard chassis, so you can have the tandem axle, double axle, or the tridem chassis. You can have triple axle on that one if you wanted to go for a triple axle instead. Adds an extra 5,400. I don't know how much difference it will make in reality in the game, but it's just an option, potentially aesthetic. But yeah, nice looking mods. What we'll do, let's grab the JCB. Each of these will do the same thing. Let's just hook it up. So we can drop it down like so. As you can see, that doesn't touch the ground, but don't worry, it's all good. If we do R1 and right stick, we can raise and lower it. So depending on what sort of tractor you're using, how high it actually gets put, we can drop that down to the position we want it to be in, so it's picking up properly. So that's right one and right stick. To turn it on, L1 and square. Pick up is spinning. It's underneath there. And raise and lower it like so. Turn that off. Up the top here. So we get this right here. L1 and right stick. So not R1 and right stick, L1 and right stick. We can raise and lower this by going up and down, but I can also fold it by going side to side on my right stick, so I can do that as well. Fold that out of the way, so if you are doing silage from a forage harvester and it's spraying into there, you can move that out of the way if you want to. And then for unloading, L1, R1 and triangle. And away we go. Very, very nice indeed. I like these. I'm actually going to take one of these down so I can show you the next of the mods. But they are the Pottinger Jumbo Combi lines from Melodeon 98. Next up we have this. This is the Hayloft by Svitch. This is a nice little mod. Yeah, very, very cool. This will hold 250,000 litres of hay and straw. One thing to point out is it does say on the Modhub an attic in which you can hold machines, hay, straw and crops. So I thought, oh, okay, could be a forage barn, that kind of thing. So I went to place it, and in the Modhub it says hay and straw. So I thought, okay, it's obviously a PC only for crops. So I just had a quick check on PC and went to try and place one, and it's exactly the same on PC. It just says hay and straw, so I don't know why the Modhub is saying hay, straw and crops. It's a bit of a weird one. But that said, 250,000 litres of hay and straw, it's only 15,000. That's brilliant. That's a fantastic price. So you've got your loading into a trailer point here and unloading into the hayloft just here, but there's obviously nothing to actually see at the moment. We'll have a look at that in a second. Now it does say about storing vehicles and stuff, so we have got a few doors that can open here for putting some smaller machinery in. We do have this one here. You get something a little bit larger in the centre section. The two side doors do open there as well. I think the one around here does as well. So plenty of access to get vehicles and stuff in. So realistically, for 15,000, just a shed in its own right, it's a pretty useful bit of kit, this. But if we go around to this little point here and we press circle, there we go. So we've got our unload point and our load point, which you can pack away if you want to, or you can just leave them out like that. It doesn't really matter how you decide to do it. Unloading in. Happens like so. Now, the next thing just to be wary of, stop unloading a second, is that this does have a tip collision, and it also has a collision here on the pipe. So if you've got a high-sided trailer, you're not going to necessarily get under that. Not that you should be able to reload into a loading wagon, but just to show you, if I have the front open there, I can only just about get the tractor under that. I'm not going to get anything bigger under it. So that's going to be for slightly smaller trailers. You're not going to get bigger vehicles under it. But I'll be totally honest with you, for one of those kind of starting out type things, if you're going to be doing your hay and straw for fodder for your sheep, for bedding, or if you're going to have it for somewhere to store things for total mixed ration, for 15 grand, 250,000 litres, two of those next to each other, 30 grand, 500,000 litres, that's cheap as chips. That's a brilliant, brilliant bit of kit. So, we'll have a quick look. This is under placeables, it's under silos. Right there, 15 grand. It was 13 slots, which isn't very, very high on the slot count either. Placing it. Okay. And when you think about it, I've just spent 45 grand for that one and those two, and I've got 750,000 litres worth of capacity. That's brilliant. That's a cool mod. I like this. That's by Svitch. Very nice bit of kit. And moving on to the last of our mods for today. No fancy tractors, harvesters, or anything like that today. A couple of buildings and the combi liners. We've got this. This is the Workshop Garage by Agrochov Certi. It does have a workshop trigger in it as well, as being a garage, shed, barn type deal. We've got a bit of space in here. It's quite bare with regard to detailing, or sort of on the inside and the outside textures. I don't like doing this, and I don't do it very often. I mean, it looks very nice, all very nice indeed. We can open the doors here to the workshop. I don't know how far out the trigger extends, so you're not going to get much bigger vehicles in unless you can put them in at a slight angle. There is a light switch here on the wall, he says. Does that go on or not? Why is it not working now? That worked fine a minute ago when I tested it. That's great. Now I can't get the trigger. There we go. Lights on. A drive-through for the workshop as well. And the lights should do this side as well. Oh no, maybe there's another light switch in this one. There we go. Which is great. So you've got yourself a garage, sort of bit of barn space, you've got a workshop. That's all very nice. But from this point on, this is kind of redundant. I can't honestly see the point of it. The doors don't open here. The smaller doors don't open here. You can't access it. So that makes it a very, very large building with only a sort of small use. Like I say, I don't like criticising mods. You know, I'll always try and find the positives, and I like the fact it's got a workshop trig in it. That's great. You know, we've had buildings this size that have just been barns, so that's good. But I just think it's just a very, very large building for what you can use it for. As far as price and stuff goes, this you'll find under, I think this was under sheds. I'm sure it was. Yep, 30 grand. So it's not mega expensive. You know, if you're buying it just for the workshop, that's not too bad. It is 22 slots. And like I say, I suppose if you are buying it just to be for a workshop, you're going to need a fair bit of space to be able to place it because it's a big old building. But there you go. I suppose part of doing a mod review and looking at these mods is the pros and the cons, and that is probably one of the cons. It's a very, very large building. But there you go. That's the Workshop Garage by Agrochov Certi. Sorry if I've said that wrong. And that's the mods for today. Only the 3. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.